Hello, everybody.
When did you get here?
Oh, I've been here. To quote the great Ambassador Kosh from Babylon 5, I have always been here. Well, guys, gals, and non-aligned pals, it is time for a quick disturbance in our regularly scheduled programming due to unforeseen tech gremlins infecting our systems. And we are going to do a run of Child of Light any percent with Kay. How you doing, Kay?
I am a little surprised that I am here on the wonderful RPG Limit Break channel for Questing for Glory, Hope, and Healing as a runner and not as a host.
Right. And yes, Hobbs, you can absolutely donate for more Ambassador Kosh quotes. Love me some Ambassador Kosh. Anyway, without further ado, Kay, when you're ready, let's take it away.
All right. Well, I'll give a 5 count then. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go!
So this is Child of Light. I'm going to try and talk slower. I'm actually really nervous. I was not expecting this at all. So Child of Light is made by Ubisoft, which you may know for titles like Assassin's Creed, Rainbow Six Siege, and some others that are really popular. But we have this kind of watercolor, stained glass-esque RPG, Child of Light. And sadly, our mother dies here at the beginning of the story, and then, Dad, of course, happy, gets remarried, and some other things happen. Like, I don't know, I die. But, no big deal, because we have this shiny little crown.
I keep wanting to be like your hype man in the background, like, no big deal! Like... Sorry.
I'm just going to preface this whole run with I am so super nervous right now.
You got this.
I've got the run. I don't know if I've got commentary.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
For all intents and purposes.
I can help out, don't worry. I don't know a thing about the game, but I'm sure I can make it sound stupid.
Perfect.
Or at least make myself sound stupid, at least.
So, Aurora, even though she has died somewhere in Austria, she wakes up in this land called Lemuria, and she thinks she is dreaming. She's only a 10-year-old little girl, so of course she is confused as heck about where she is, and the last thing she remembers is going to sleep, so she thinks she is dreaming. Bob, make sure you slow me down when I'm talking too fast. I have a habit of talking really fast when I'm nervous.
Have you met me?
Yes, I have.
I speak very, very quickly.
Yeah, but you're listening to me, so you know when I'm talking. That's a speed run, so speed talking, it's fine.
Speed running, speed talking. We're doing great.
We're doing great. We start off here. The fastest way to move around here at the beginning of the game is actually going to be me doing a little bunny hop. Hop, hop, hop. This saves several minutes, actually. I am very out of practice, so you will need to forgive me, please, for the rest that is my hopping. While I'm hopping here, Bob, do you have anything to say?
I do indeed. Whether it's relevant to the marathon or not, I'm not quite sure, but I'm sure I can find something relevant to the marathon to say. As you know me, I'm always very, very willing to say why we're here, right? Like, we talk a lot about the games and the causes we're doing here for, and I just want to say we are here raising money for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness.
I apologize in advance for my matching sounds.
It's fine.
Continue.
It's fine. We talk a lot about what NAMI do, how they do it, that kind of thing. But what I want to say is A lot of people, when they watch these marathons, talk about how they can't afford to donate or they can't contribute at this time. You're contributing by watching the marathon, having your eyes on the marathon. He's back.
Welcome back. Can you hear us now?
We are here. We are audible now.
Woo! Voices! So there were some things that I was saying.
That's round one to us, Discord.
There were some things that I was saying there that I will actually cover again later. But all of you have noticed that there is a Grandia-style battle system, and that is really important. So something my Firefly friend here can do is actually blind the enemies on the overworld. Say hi to my cat, Yo-Yo. She really wants attention, but I'm a very busy cat. And make it so that I don't have to do any extra battling. So those 3 battles that I took that everybody saw me getting my EXP get from are actually the only grinding that I am going to be doing in this run. All of the rest of my levels are going to be coming from bosses. Hello, Gargoyle. New incentive. Pet the cat. I mean, I will pet the cat during the cutscenes. If you want to donate for me to pet my cat. Oh no, timer! Oh no, what happened to the timer? Meow. So I'm going to hopefully do a little scenario break here where I'm supposed to actually do a little puzzle. World record incoming. Very funny. So I'm going to do a little scenario break here where I am going to try and use this box up here to jump over that hole. It's going to be fantastic. I am not going to mess this up unless I drop the box off of the platform, and then we're just going to do it the normal way. But hopefully... Oops. That's a little slow, but that's okay. I will not push it off. I won't, Bob. I did. I'm sorry.
That's fine. You push it off. Don't push it off. That's up to you.
Sure. This is like 10 seconds faster, 15, something like that. It's not a big deal. Considering I haven't run this game in a long time now.
So when did you start running this game?
So I started speedrunning this game and all speedrunning and streaming in general back in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
On this very same channel, way back in 2016,
Way back in the day.
Way back in the day, in the before times, I saw Essentia speedrunning this very game with her lovely, adorable daughters.
Oh, great run that was.
And I said, I want to play this game. And then I saw Takase running it at, I think it was Summer Games Done Quick, not shortly, but after that. And I said, you know, I really want to run this game too. Because it's a really nice game. And I can say with some conviction that this has been the only speedrun that I've really ever been really invested in. Not sure why.
Okay. So when was the last time you ran this game seriously? Or as serious as you run, I guess.
2017?
Okay, so it's been about 3 years.
Yeah.
You have an impressive muscle memory for 3 years.
I do, and you'll see how well. I'm sure you will be impressed, but it is not impressive for me when I remember how well I could do.
You say I will be
well
impressed. I already am impressed.
So let me tell you a little bit about the battle system here. So we have this Grandia style battle system, and I want to have the enemies on the screen here take as few turns as possible. So I am going to use some magic here, and this will take out this statue here in the back. Quite quickly. And then we're just going to stab at this guy. The only way that this battle can actually possibly be any faster than it is if Aurora gets a crit, which is very rare. And if not for the fact that I have been marathoning, pun intended, marathons, I would offer to donate $1 for every crit that Aurora and Finn get. However, I am quite fairly out of money at the moment, and I will just say that
This is fair.
This is a very, very good good incentive for all of you to think of if you are planning on donating. Donate $1 for every crit that Aurora and Finn get.
Speaking of donations, I have one here.
Right ahead.
Hobbs did ask if he could donate for more ambassador cost quotes, and they have followed through with $30 to ask for another ambassador cost quote. So let's see here. I think it's got to be the classic of, if you go to Zahadum, you will die. There you go. And if you're very good, I'll give you another one later, Hobbs. If you're very, very good.
So game feed cut. Don't worry. Don't even blink an eyelash. I am doing some cutscene skips here, and fighting with Uplay all the while. So I am just doing some quick cutscene skips here. Nothing important happening. There is some Dark Queen taking over all of Lemuria, and stuff is happening. But don't worry about it. Bob, do you have another donation or anything?
You caught me right in the middle of trying to blow my nose, actually. What I'm going to do is, rather than saying anything about donations, I do want to talk about a few things that went into sort of getting this marathon in place and that kind of thing. As you all know, usually there's an RPG limit break marathon of a year, but due to certain circumstances in the world, that was unable to happen this year. So we stepped in with Questing for Glory, Hope, and Healing, and we are raising money for NAMI. But what you're seeing is, it isn't just the runners and the volunteers and the organizers that deserve credit here. I do want to say thank you to everyone that's donated prizes. I want to thank everyone that's donated their art, their time, their effort, and things like that. And I do want to give a massive shout out to the foreign language restreams, which you can find over at twitch.tv/French Restream. And there's a Japanese restream at twitch.tv Japanese_restream, which is really, really cool, if you ask me. Go check them out. Give them some love.
Japanese restream no minasan, konbanwa. I don't actually know who is handling the restream over there. I don't really say anything good in French except for like bonjour.
It has been... I studied French in school, right, for like 4 years. And having not used it for 20, I couldn't tell you a thing in French at the moment.
Yes, that was me saying good evening to the Japanese restream. So I picked up another character. Ow, that was Rubella. Casually, I used Rubella a lot. She is quite quick, and sadly, we're not going to use Rubella too much, but she is instrumental in one of the boss battles, as you will see here shortly. The Japanese restream says "Konbanwa back." Ah. But yeah, kind of piggybacking off of what Bob was saying, all of you here are instrumental in just bringing visibility to our cause. So thank you all for being here and doing what you do. I'm going to throw some skills down here in my characters. Hello? You can tell I'm slow because I'm being really slow. Hold on, wait. I need to use... Oh, I have extra items because of, DLC that I did not mean to have installed, but that's okay. Run invalidated, but it's a marathon run, so it's no big deal.
I was going to say the fact that the timer didn't start till about 8 minutes ago might have invalidated that as well.
Alright, so...
Only kidding, Double, if we love you.
Oh, I got a critical hit! Wow! So every boss from here on out is going to have friends, and friends usually mean lots of hurt for us. So I'm going to take out the friends first. In this case, these doggos. I'm going to go ahead and let the big ogre here have a turn. It's gathering strength. That's fine. I'm really sorry for the train in the background.
It's no problem. I'm used to it on PJ stream.
So what I'm going to be doing is basically interrupting this ogre here over and over and over again. You do not get a turn! Ah! You do get a turn, I'm sorry! And this is basically to save frames. The less that this boss gets to make an attack, the more frames I save. The more time I save, the faster we go.
Oh. Yeah, it's a very grandier battle mode.
This is how you know I am out of practice, but Rubella dodges, that's nice. Normally I would probably have beaten this already and also know what I am doing. Ogre has several attacks that are very similar to one another and makes it so that it can be a little confusing as to which one it is going to use, but we have beaten it. And you might be saying, but Kay, Aurora is there, don't worry about it, she wakes up just in time to get the experience. Sadly, it's impossible to do a solo character challenge for this game, but I would love to call out all of you wonderful programmers in the rando community. If you can find a way to break this game and make a randomizer out of this game, I would probably play the heck out of that.
Because that's what we need,
saying.
is more randos.
Yes, that is exactly what we need. More randos. So I'm going to pick up this here. This is an oculi. It is a blue one. I wanted a green one. I will talk about those shortly. But I have a kind of finicky skip coming up. So maybe a chance for a quick donation, and then I will want like a serious moment.
Well, I'm going to continue giving shout outs to people.
Sorry,
I'm going to continue giving shout outs to people that have been helping us out, actually. Because I talked about the French and Japanese restream. But I do want to give a big shout out to a gentleman on Twitter, K-Butts Corner, who's done all of the artwork for Questing for Glory. Been doing all of the artwork for Questing for Glory since 2017, which was the first Questing for Glory. He did the logos, the promotional banners and things like that. So thank you very much to Kevin for all of your hard work. It is much appreciated. And I guess I need to ask someone a quick question in Discord. I apologize. I should have fixed this out. Should have figured this out beforehand. About prizes. Speaking of prizes, let's see what's going on. Well, I mean, since I can't nail down, because of the change in schedule, I want to make sure that I'm promoting the right prizes. So bear with me on that one, folks. But the one prize I can promo is our grand prize, I guess, which is the launch PlayStation 3. It's a minimum bid of $30 across, and that is a total of $30 across all of the marathon. And what it is it's a launch PlayStation 3 with a copy of Ni no Kuni that has had the very rare yellow light fix done to it by our very own Professor Palmer. It's an absolutely brilliant prize. Get your donations in on that one, and I'm still waiting to hear back to see how prizes are working with the change up in games and things like that.
So I did a quick little this is like a weird thing where you're entering a mini dungeon that we would have a very extremely difficult time with in this category, and because this mini dungeon is where we get a character named Finn. Finn has some magic that is extremely helpful and that we want throughout the game. Finn is instrumental to our run, and we need him. However, he only joins us if we save all of his friends and family. Makes sense. We're not going to do that, though. It takes too much time. So what we do instead is we tell him that we are going to do this and open the menu right as we enter the dungeon. When we do this, we are able to teleport because we can teleport from the beginning of the game somehow. By the way, this is my stepsister, Nora. She's really powerful. Don't mind her. Oops. So, we tell Finn that we're going to do it. We don't, and now here we are. And Finn is actually in my party. So here I'm going to be grabbing some safety items. Hello. Yes, we cannot fly that high. So they're actually talking about how we can't... talk and puzzle at the same time. Well, they're actually talking about how we can't go up because there is the wind is way too strong, and even though we can fly, we cannot fly that high because of the wind. So we need to find a different way to get up to where we need to go without the wind bothering us. I'm grabbing some oculi here. I mentioned before that I want a green oculi, and that is because I want to make something called a tourmaline. Tourmaline? How do you say that word, Bob?
Tourmaline.
Tourmaline.
That's how I say it.
Well...
Then again, I'm from England, where we pronounce things incorrectly and add extra U so we can cheat at Scrabble.
Well, I thought that that was the correct way to say everything. So I want to get a tourmaline, because a tourmaline will boost my magic stat, and later on I'm going to also be making an onyx, which will boost my magic attack. Yes, they're the same thing, I think. I don't know. So I'm going to talk really quickly to this rat here, Bulmus Mare. I'm sure he says something just enrapturing, but I don't listen to that. Also, this is Robert, lovingly called Bow Rat. Bow Rat is also instrumental to this run. There are only instrumental characters in this party. Always and forever. So here's Magna. Magna is a big moving mountain, which we did see briefly at the beginning of the run, and she's not feeling so well, so we're going to go inside and get rid of some spooters for her. She has a little heart condition where she's got like these spider webs wrapped around her because the the evil Queen of Darkness did something and made it so she couldn't move, and now we're going to go in there and help her out a little bit. Or something like that. Right? Right.
Sure.
Sure. That's me. Okay, sure.
This whole thing's just like one big stream of consciousness, and I love it. So I've had an answer on the prizes, and the prizes that are viable right now are for a donation of $5 or more. You can be entered into the draw for a NES controller from Creative Eli, which is really, really cool. It's like an old school NES controller. And it seems appropriate with Kay and I being on this game that one of the prizes is a set of dice. Because at the last limit break, we played a lot of Dungeons and Dragons because it's great.
I actually came to this stream from playing Dungeons and Dragons with my lovely bard, who is just a big butthead.
Bards are the best class in 5th edition.
They are.
I'm telling you right now. But for $10 or more, donated by Raggets, there is a really cool, like crocheted, I think it is, dice bag with 2 sets of dice, which look really, really nice. It's a really nice handmade, I think it's crocheted or knitted, it's one of the two, dice bag. It looks really cool. You can head over to rpglimitbreak.com and check out the prizes over there for even pictures of everything that you can win. So
these come with the DLC, so I'm just going to go ahead and use them already. I normally wouldn't have this many oculi, but it's not a big deal. DLC is usually something we have in marathon runs because we usually have a incentive for the dress color. So I'm going to get out Nora here, and she is going to slow all of the things, and then Robert comes with an AoE skill. Also, I forgot to slow this down. Hopefully it gets in the way. It did not, but that's okay. Okay, this is fine.
This is fun.
This is fine. So Nora is slowed. As you can see, these spiders have the ability to slow things down, but I'm going to go ahead and speed Robert up.
I think we're being called out on our choice of D&D classes.
Bard and Bard forever.
Yeah.
You can
Cleric
call me out
Valley.
as much. You can call me out as much as you like, but Bard is best. Also, I aspire to grow up to be Sam Riegel at some point in my life. I don't want to be like Sam Riegel. I want to be
Sam Riegel.
I actually want to be Sam Riegel. And if any of you say, but why would you want that? You're wrong.
Half-Elven Ranger to min-max all of the things? If you think that's min-maxed in 5th edition, you're doing it wrong, Cola.
I feel like if you want a min-max movement, you should go with a wood elf monk. Or barbarian, right?
Hey, Felly, we miss you too, buddy.
Hey, Felly! This is so weird, having a big marathon run where we're actually checking out chat, right?
Hey, man. What can I say?
I probably don't need this magic defense elixir, but I am so rusty that I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up anyway. So, ow! Avoid fireballs. They're usually.
And
Ow,
the
they're
next game is
usually kind of
AD&D,
painful.
that's right. The next game in the schedule is Dungeons and Dragons game, so hopefully there will be bards aplenty.
All right, so perfect. I'm going to slow, as I should have done in the first fight, slow the one in the back here, which is in the back on the ATB bar and not in the back on thing. And also this one got slowed, but it's okay. And now my bow rat is slow, but it's okay because I'm going to speed up my bow rats. I feel like I always have better things to say at these times, like what's actually going on. But there are just spooters, and that's really it.
Oh yeah, trigger warning if you don't like spiders, by the way.
Yes. I'm going to slow this spider because I think I can pass it. Yes, I can. Alright, and then all the spiders should be dead. There are still 2 more spider fights left. I have the spider fight with the little spiders, and then I have the big boss spider fight, and then we will be done for spiders, fighting spiders, but there will still be, I think, a couple of spiders throughout the run. Sorry if you don't like spiders. Please donate with your favorite class. If you donate enough,
Yeah.
I'll agree with you, at least for today.
At least for the next, 20 minutes. Maybe. We'll think about it.
Yeah. I'll think about it.
Any good D&D stories? Done any good D&D stories?
Yes, I love hearing about D&D. I love D&D, so please donate your D&D stories. So Robert here actually joined us because he wants to get the attention of a certain lady named Margaret, and to get her attention, he wants to open this vault because all that ladies like is money, right? So Robert says, I want to open this vault, but I don't know how. And the Queen of Darkness actually sealed this vault, and he's like, well, I'm not going to help you unless you open this vault. in a true oh, sorry. It should be new game any percent. I forgot what I run. But in a true any percent run where it's actually just new game plus, oh boy. I have forgotten the combination for this. Give me just a moment. Oh no, I got it right. Neat. Whew. You ever play a game and you're like, I know this game so well. Wait a second, I've forgotten something. That was me, just now. Anyway, so in a true New Game Plus any percent run, we would just like skip this part and go anywhere else but to talk to Robert because we would have max stats and would need literally nothing else. So we get into here, and Robert assumably gets money. I'm going to grab some of these chests. I'm going to get this one over here, which are revives for safety, and then I'm going to get the rest of that stuff. That was an amethyst. Okay. And then we're going to come over here, and we're going to fight the last spiders. Got anything neat to tell me, Bob?
I do. I have the fact that we have a $30 donation from Nooster, who says, "Emergency run hype. This one will be more than OK, spelled C-A-E. I am sure of it." And that donation is going to go to Runner's Choice, which
is whatever the next incentive is.
Whatever the next incentive is. Sounds good.
I am a huge proprietor of please meet all the incentives because everybody puts so much hard work and dedication into practicing for these things, and I would love nothing more than to see all of everything met and, everybody able to show off all of their hard work to us.
For sure. I completely agree. It's,
These spooters dodging everywhere.
So those legs. They're really good at it.
Spoopy dodges. Alright. So I need to, I think, maybe hit this one more time. 2 more times. Oh my goodness. You might think it's actually faster for me to shield with Nora here because I want to save frames, but actually queuing up her attack is less frames than queuing up a defense because she has all of the characters have a little defense defending animation. There we go. I couldn't remember the word. I was just like animation. Wait, they're the same.
Words am hard.
Words am hard.
And just for those of you who are tuning in now, we are doing a any percent run of Child of Light on the PC because unfortunately we had tech gremlins infect the Legend of Legaia run, so we've had to turn things around, as it were, and we're doing our best to keep up with things.
I am going down that certain skill tree for Finn because he gets a skill called words. Popules or something rage, and it makes his magic stronger. All right. And then I am going to go ahead, because I have it, I'm going to give Aurora a Tourmaline because it came with the DLC, and I'm going to give Finn an Onyx and a Tourmaline because more DLC. No squirrels here, at least. Rage of the Capelli, thank you! Yes, that is it. And then we're going to fight this big scooter. I am going to... Yes, this. And then that. Slow the big scooter. I want to make it so that these little spiders in the front have as few... interruptions as possible. I picked up these antidotes just for this. This spider has the longest stun in the whole game. Okay, that's fine. I would rather Finn be interrupted than have a fast spider. Nora is absolutely one of the best characters in the whole game as well. I'm just going to switch you. So normally I just do a lull and then have Rubella out. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Sometimes, wow, that spider dodge! That was not nice at all! I am going to go ahead and do this. So I don't want to interrupt this big spider because this spider has a interruption counter where if I interrupt the spider, it's going to cast haste. And hasted spiders are very fast and therefore not very nice because the spider kind of hurts, you know? So I want to... I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to get Finn out and give Finn a damage elixir. And unslow the spider with Igniculus in the hopes that... Okay, that's nice. In the hopes that I don't interrupt the spider. As I mentioned, I don't want to interrupt the spider. And then I'm going to get out Aurora here. And use a... wrong direction... Quicken elixir on Finn. So now Finn is fast, and as you can see, I just barely am safe for hitting the spider without interrupting it. Gather strength is never nice. I'm going to slow down the spider now. Slow spider. And I am going to continue to try and micromanage my light bar, which you can see just under Finn's HP and MP bar. I'm going to queue up this in the hopes that the spider does not hit me and defend with Aurora. Oh, it's Arachnid Schools. Oh, that's right. And yeah, we're just going to keep hitting at this spider. Bob, what do you got to tell me?
There's stuff.
I like stuff.
I'm kidding. We have a $10 donation from Axis of Anarchy, who was calling us out earlier on our choice of Bard. He says, so you wanted D&D stories. Our current campaign is heavily exploration-based, so my Asimar Cleric Paladin goes with a new party to a pyramid nearby. They fight against the Big Bad's forces, an aboleth named Doo-Wop. And the bee person elder offers them honey that temporarily connects them to the hive mind. Unfortunately, the aboleth had previously had control of one of our party members, so used the connection to take out the hive mind. They all went into a coma. So the next thing's next, we go into the pyramid because there was a vision of a pit of honey with a powerful artifact inside. We get there, and the party is urging the person who was previously possessed to try and save the bee people. She wouldn't. So I step over to the pool, and I had to pass 3 charisma saving throws, and I swear this is the most nervous I have ever been. I barely managed to squeak by, and thus become the guardian of the most powerful artifact and host to the bee person hive mind while it heals for 6 months. I can now temporarily summon a swarm of bees on top of all my other delicious damage goodness. What a story. That is a great story, Axis.
Alright, so this is another cutscene skip that I just did. I skip like maybe 30-second cutscene. Maybe it's more like a minute, like a 60-second cutscene, and replace it with like 30 seconds of loading times.
Covered in bees.
Bees! That's actually super cool! That's like the coolest story ever. Wait. Okay, so I need to go back down to Magna. Magna will actually lift us up to the Temple of the Moon, where I will fight the single most worst boss in this entire game. So if you have played this game casually, you are aware of Griffin, which is a jerkbird. And Griffin is the reason that I did not beat this game immediately. I had actually played this game far before I mentioned seeing it in 2016. And I got to Griffin, went, this boss hard, and stopped. After seeing that this boss is hard for literally everybody, I picked it up again and defeated it, and actually Takaze, who is the world record holder of this game, has a very, very, very great video tutorial on how to pick up this speedrun, which is a very short, sweet, beautiful speedrun, and our community is absolutely wonderful, and I am so happy that I joined in the speedrun community with this game in particular. No regrets. Oh, big things that hurt. Where am I going? But yeah. I am going to pick up this thing here, and then go over here and pick up that thing, because it gives one more damage elixir than the other chest on the way does. Bob, you sound like you want to say something.
No.
No?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding!
Wow.
I'm always willing to talk. You know me.
You had me. I believed you.
I did. I suckered you in. What I'm gonna, like, I'm just gonna come out and say it. 2020 has sucked.
Yeah.
Right? Let's be honest. And we here at Question for Glory and at NAMI, I want you to know that right now, it's okay to not be okay. And we get it. NAMI get it. Please, if you need help, reach out. Talk to someone. Say something. Hit up the helpline. Use the text number that we talked about in the interview with Michelle earlier. Even if it's just using the hashtag on Twitter. Please, if you need help or think you need help, please try and find it.
I will be focusing throughout this fight, Bob, so you can keep talking. Long story short, I'm trying to get rid of these wraiths in the front because they're mean, and also Griffin is mean, so I want to get rid of Griffin ASAP. Aurora. Starlight All. And all. So the wraiths here in the front are actually vulnerable to light magic, so I'm going to do that. I'm also going to give Aurora Unstoppable, because you will see here in just a moment that the wraiths are actually going to hit Aurora, most likely. And if she did not have Unstoppable, she would be slow. If either of these wraiths crit Aurora, I need to be very careful about the big Flappy Bird. I am going to get out Finn and do a little extra magic damage here. So most bosses have this kind of dichotomy where either the boss or the this should be okay. Either the boss or the ads are weak to magic, and then vice versa, the boss or the
I'm back.
welcome back, or vice versa, the boss or the
Sorry about
ads
that.
are weak to physical damage.
Sorry about that. My Discord crashed.
No problem. Welcome back.
You win this round, Discord. Now, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
No problem. I am.
You seem to
Not
be.
sure what I
You
should
see-
do. You can talk, Bob.
I can. Okay.
Yes, you can. I am
Lovely.
super focused. Go ahead and talk.
In that case, since you are super focused on whatever is going on, let's look into the future. Ooh, down the line, and look at what's coming up in the way of donation incentives. We've got a few party out choosing the outfits for Final Fantasy 15, be it the casual with or without jackets, etc., etc., etc. All of those are currently available for bids, as is the voice language. Right now, German is in the lead with $30, whereas French in second with 20. So if the French restream out there want to step up and represent, you gotta get your mark on that one. Moi. Our rest in peace headphone users. Moi. You doing
Sorry.
okay?
We're good.
We're
Griffin
good?
is just showing off how mean Griffin can be. We do. In theory.
Moi. What?
Wop.
Back to the upcoming things. We have $60 towards the Seaside Supermodels in Final Fantasy 15, and then after that we're into Legend of Mana. So there's still all to play for in a lot of those bid wars. So yes, just you are being treated to the glory that is K noises. And they are amazing. They are amazing.
I'm not sure what I thought was going to happen, but I obviously had hoped that something else was going to happen. Griffin did all the wrongs, and Griffin knows it. Oh boy.
Griffin is well aware of everything he did wrong.
Yeah. Don't do it. Rudeness. Okay. I think I can finally kind of maybe talk again. So, I interrupted Griffin, which slowed Aurora and Finn, and then brought me here to the chaos that you are getting to enjoy from me right now. If you interrupt Griffin, bad things happen. Because we really don't want to go off of that script. But it's been a while, and this is the one boss that I would always like to have a moment to potentially de-rust that I did not.
It's fair. I mean, this is again, you've stepped in at the last moment to help us out with the recovering from our tech gremlin attack. So, I think it's safe to say that we're all with you. You've got the power. I
did beat it. That's good. All right. So
get some claps in chat.
So let's have a quick lore update. In that dungeon I mentioned we skipped when we got Finn, we actually found another fountain kind of just like this one. And Aurora gets to see her father and sees that he's sick. Well, we're getting to see Aurora's father again, and we're learning that his sickness is quite grave, and that he is literally gotten so sick because he has a broken heart because Aurora died. We also learn that there is a flood happening in Aurora's home in Austria, and Aurora is doubly inclined that she needs to get home as soon as possible to help her father. So we say goodbye to our party here. Bye, party. You see they are sad. Finn is actually not leaving. Finn is staying in the party. It doesn't really matter. But we say goodbye. Ignore the fact that there is a treasure chest that only Igniculus could open. There could not be any possible things that are going to happen that could be bad here. So we're going to go through this mirror. And Nora will follow us through. And we're going to be home. We're home, Bob. This is like the end of the speedrun, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So Nora's like, this way. We're still flying. It's okay. It doesn't matter. We're home. We're back in Austria.
Mm-hmm.
We are. Look, we're here.
It's
raining, just like it is in Austria.
This is my doubting.
Oh, look, it's our stepmother and our stepsister that you never heard about until now, Cordelia as well. Cordelia has some really fancy name. Also, Nora's name is Nox. Our stepmother's name is Umbra, and Nani? It is the sudden and inevitable betrayal of our stepsister, who is actually evil. But don't worry.
Sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Don't worry, we have this crown that actually protects us that our father gave us. And we are just going to, boop, kind of pass out. Our eyes are open. Don't worry about it. Bob, this is a great time as any for any other donations or informations that you want to give us.
Well, talked a bit about prizes. Talked a bit about upcoming donation incentives. Let's take a look at the schedule, shall we? Let's talk about what's coming up after, because things are a little bit up in the air due to the Legend of Legaia run and things like that. So let's just get everyone back on a firm grounding. So once we are done with Child of Light any percent here with caeshura, we are going to be moving into A&D, the Dragons of Flame any percent, and Times of Lore any percent, both being run by Crusader, which are going to be very, very interesting runs. And then we have one of the games that High Spirits highlighted in our pre-show, Fire Emblem 5 Thracia, by Ghost Wheel, which I'm really interested in seeing. And so hopefully we're going to be keeping up with the schedule as promoted. The card is not going to be subject to change for the next little while, hopefully. But with an online marathon and tech gremlins in the works, who knows what is at hand, shall we say. So please bear with us if we're having to make any changes on the fly and things like that. But it wouldn't be an online marathon without absolute heaping boatload of tech issues.
It's true.
So please bear with us.
You're going to get to hear the flute song, which normally we would have heard at least once up until now. But this is how we know that, and this is really great fortune that you're getting to see this in the speedrun here. This is how we know that Aurora is actually a distant cousin to Will of Illusion of Gaia, because Will of Illusion of Gaia, when he plays his flute, people catch on fire. Aurora has similar magic when she plays her flute, in that she bewitches people into our parties. So we're gonna see that the guard who carried us up to this cage here is gonna come on and say, "Hey, I know that song. I like that song. I'm gonna join your party."
Fair.
Yeah, if I had had this in earlier, I probably would have had a donation incentive to play it on my little pianica. Alas. Does Nora stay in the party the whole game? No. She does not. Nora is now the second to last boss. But we don't have our Firefly, we don't have our friends, so we're going to fly through here and pick up some potions and hopefully find our friends. But Oengus knows where they are, which is the party member we just got. Like mind hijacking, basically. So, we find our party members, except for Finn, in these cages here. If you have all of the party members up until now, you'll actually see each of them in the cages, which I highly recommend in a casual game. And they will talk to you and say a couple of words about how they're surprised that you just left them high and dry back there and were worried about you, so they followed. So we're gonna come over here. There is a quick little light puzzle slash thingy puzzle. Oh boy, how do I do this puzzle? I forgot. I think it's like this, right? Do that, and then... Alright! I did it! I remembered how to puzzle! Perfect. Okay.
But can you teach me how to Dougie?
Can I teach you how to what?
That is probably referenced before your time. It was a song about teaching someone how to Dougie. It was a Dougie was a dance. Never mind.
Oengus actually wants us to save his people too, but we're going to go ahead and say, okay, we're all right, fine, we'll go do it. We'll help you out, Oengus. You know what? Never mind. Actually, we're on a speed run. I gotta go fast. And Aurora comes out here and she says, "Take not upon yourself others' burdens. I do not have the time. My father waits for me. That's my purpose. Mine." And we leave Oengus. Bye. But now that Oengus is gone, I actually can't do the speed run. Quit domain menu. It's over. You know what? No, you know what? I'll go ahead and try again. I'll just go ahead and do the puzzle. Let me load up the game again and just see what's going on in here in my skills. What do you know? Oengus is in my party. Wow. Magic. So this is another manipulation of the autosave feature where I'm not sure how to explain this really. Yeah, but it's magical. It's magical. So let me go ahead and give people some things. I'm going to go ahead and divvy out these stardusts, which increase stats. This one will go to Finn. That one will go to Oengus. Magic goes to Aurora. Magic defense goes to Oengus. Dodge goes to Oengus. And speed goes to Aurora. Alright, and then I'm going to actually real quick heal up Oengus, and we're going to jump in here. So we're going to fight our sister Cordelia. Oh, she has a real name. It's something like that. But she is in fact a dragon of some sort.
Rawr.
And I'm going to go ahead and use speed roll. I'm going to get out Oengus. Oengus has a skill called Taunt. Spoilers! It taunts the things and makes so everything attacks Oengus, who is now paralyzed. I'm going to slow everything down with Finn here. Finn? Robert, I'm sorry. Please do more crits in the future. I really appreciated what you did, and I'm going to get out Aurora and attack with Starlight because the monsters in the front here are weak to light. And then I'm going to need to count to 3 for the 3 turns that Oengus will be taking. So this is 1. I'm going to attack with Aurora. I will need to heal with Oengus here. So 2. I will actually not slow Cordelia. She will probably heal, which is probably the single most obnoxious. Well, I could have slowed her and it would have been okay. It is the single most obnoxious interruption counter, in my opinion. This is a 3. I will need to taunt on my next turn, but Oengus really very badly needs a heal. There we go! Thank you, Ice Burner, for the information there. So, you can see that this is really, really convenient. The only thing that could interrupt Aurora here is actually the Wheel of Death, which the Wraiths can do from time to time. This bottom Wraith is probably going to be perishing soon. The top Wraith has 100 more HP for whatever reason, and will take an extra hit to dispatch. And as you can see, oh, I must have... Someone got a crit. I'm going to go ahead and switch... Nope. Robert out for Aurora and heal Oengus with Robert. And also... Fasten Oengus. And get to be slowed in again. Well, fiddlesticks. It's okay. I am going to slow the big bass. Bass? We'd say fish now. And also make our Oengus friend a little faster, or a little stronger. Rude. What's happening, Bob? How are you?
I'm not too bad. How are you?
I am getting quite hungry.
I can imagine. I can imagine. So here's what here's what I'm gonna ask. You say you've not run this. I'm not gonna say seriously because that's not probably. You've not run this actively in like 3 or so years.
Primarily, yeah. So I've mostly just been, throwing it at marathons. As some of you may know, I also help run a marathon of my own, and, annually, that's what that's called. And so I primarily just hold this off as oh no, we need a bonus game that is going to be quick, and that is this.
So you're not using... How much have you kept an eye on the scene since you've been running?
Yes, I do, because I am very attached to my second place spot right under Takaze. And if somebody came in and threatened my spot, I would most likely come back to the scene, if not only to get a 115 or so, or maybe to bop Takaze, which is unlikely, but possible.
So how much has the run developed in the time since you've been going at it in the last 3 years or so?
It has not.
Okay, fair enough. Just...
I missed my meme about Moon Prism Power makeup. Sorry, we got the moon and now we're tall. We are. When you pick up the moon, you turn into a teenager. That's just how that works. Sorry, Bob. What were you saying?
No, you completely throw me off with the idea of the moon turning you into a teenager. Some kind of lycanthrope.
Yeah, yeah, isn't that what happened to you? Like, you know, one day you were in middle school, like in elementary school, and then suddenly you were in high school after like a certain moon cycle or something. You were just like, oh, look, the moon. Oh man, I'm a teenager.
Well, I didn't get to go to high school because I was in England, so I went to middle school and then secondary
Is it all
school.
middle school then? Oh, I'm sorry.
Secondary
It's
school.
secondary school. Secondary
Yes.
school.
I went to an all-boys secondary school.
Well, did you have a fancy uniform, Bob?
I did. It was just, yeah. It was a pain
The behind?
in the tuchus.
So, we're in this rainy village, and we find one of my favorite characters, who we will not pick up, sadly. This is Genn. Genn's got like a really long name. She's some sort of fish person, and she is a little bard. She has like a little harp that she uses to attack, and it is just cute as heck. We will not pick her up because, unfortunately, you know, we're not going to come back here. But again, her parents are missing, and her grandfather here doesn't want to tell her what happened to them. They got eaten. I'm going to pick up some... Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. I was hoping for a different item there, but that's okay. And yeah, so we're going to go over here and do some more light puzzles. We are literally going so fast here that we're actually going to have two conversations at once with Igniculus here. We're going to be talking about how we left him behind, and also how Igniculus was afraid that we were going to leave him forever, because he is just a little firefly. He is pure, and we must protect. All right. So, let's see. Last number. Sometimes this one can fall weird and fall in like a perfect place where you have to pull it from one side and then go around to the other. I just need to get it. There we go. And I'm going to menu real quick. Now that we're tall and Aurora is a teenager, she has unlocked the power within all of us. And we will be filling in some extra skills here that we wouldn't have otherwise had until Aurora became a teenager, because our skill trees were locked. And then I will quickly... oh no, I don't need to do any... Oh, no, I do. I will quickly give this to... and give the strength to you. And then we are going to fight the ogre's cousin, Ogre 2. Or something.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so the ogre lives in an elevator, and it guards the door, and it will smash us to the floor. Look, just give us the villagers back, you boar. You will not get those Piscean gnomes back. I hate them all. What do you think about that? I think it's ruined. I'm going to kill you now. So, the killing shall happen. I will go ahead and hinder all. And do a taunt. I want the big guy to go first. When he gathers strength, he goes really fast on the cast time bar, and if I interrupt the big giant thing, it will use a... what's the word I'm looking for? A paralyzing move that can potentially soft lock the game if you do everything correctly.
Okay, it should be good.
We're fine. It is extremely precise and will not happen. We're safe, but it can happen, and it's kind of funny. Oh yeah, Oengus has this passive skill to use setback, which will knock any enemy back on the weight bar unless they have gathered strength. And in which case they do not. Oh, this is very spooky. I do not like the spookies. Oh dear. Hold on. I will just real quick heal up my guy Oengus. Something that I didn't really get to talk about that Oengus can do is that Igniculus can do is heal party members when it shines its light on them. It can potentially bring back a lot of HP for our party members. Nice crit, beautiful setback, and this is why we like Oengus and Robert. So we're just going to take out this giant. That's it. That's the giant. That's what you get for eating those Piscean gnomes, you greedy person.
Giant thing.
Well, what rhymes with gnomes? Because we need to. We need to rhyme. You greedy giant! I will write about you in my tomes.
Yes, that'll do. Domes. Yeah, domes, rhymes.
So, we're at the lowest of the low. We are under the ocean, and we are quite close to the end of the game.
Ooh.
I'm going to grab that stuff there. I'm going to avoid being static shocked by electricity. I don't normally pick these up, but I'm going to grab these greater healing potions, potent healing tonics, whatever, you know, for safety purposes, because I do not want to be leaded. I'm going to grab some more Stardust here, and yeah, we're going to navigate our way through these shiny crystal things. Don't hit the crystals, they do hurt.
All of the
Ooh,
metal
we got
in,
the
all the metal in here looks like chromes. I, for one, see lots of foam. Yeah, very good, Double.
Ooh.
At the end, do these characters go back to their homes? Excellent.
I was trying to see.
Good rhyming.
Yeah.
Good rhyming.
His breath is shallow. The situation is dire.
I'm gonna set him on fire!
Oh my.
No? Okay.
No. So this is a secret little treasure trove that you would need to follow the correct path to find. But yeah, we know about it, and you don't need to actually unlock it in any way. You just need to know where it is. So we're going to go ahead and grab the treasures here. I'm going to do a little more making of the oculi. And all right, so I'm going to give Aurora this big faceted thing, and that you get, yes, and also the water, and you should definitely not have that on. I will give you that and thing for the water, and you also get a big faceted and rough amethyst. I need to quickly use the I need to use my skills real quick. And then use the Stardust. So I need to give Finn some extra MP, because Finn has a very low MP. I did pick up some things, so I'm going to go ahead and cure Finn's magic, and then we are going to jump up to I believe that Takaze, the world record holder, decided that this monster is called Sahagan, and that's the canon name now. There is no talk about what this monster's name is. This is a boss that only has, and you can see, 2 sets of witch flowers, which makes it very, very difficult to figure out sometimes. I want to interrupt everything here, otherwise bad things can happen. Okay. And then we're going to switch over to Aurora so that we can dispatch the 2 follower thingies quite easily. And I'm going to... Oh, don't do it! Okay, that's fine. Okay, gather strength. That's good. Fire setback and crit also. Wow. Okay, now that that thing is le toast, I'm going to heat it up with Oangus and Aurora a little bit. We want to just get rid of everything in the front here so that we don't have to deal with any potential bad things happening to us. I'm quickly going to get out Finn, who is going to interrupt the Sahagin thing. I'm waiting to pick up the Stardust there because I want to make sure that the MP Stardust that go that will restore the MP will actually go into Finn's MP, because if I try and grab those while he's casting the spell, it doesn't actually get attributed. And then I'm also going to use Elevate Damage on Finn. I think I might have... Oh, no, I didn't miss the boat. I want to make sure that I'm not slowing too much because... Ooh, that's crit! It can be bad. I'm going to lull this thing and go ahead and do another lightning. I do need to restore Finn's mana. But hopefully... Oh no, we're good. Okay. Magic potion. And I think, actually, the monster should be dead. Yep. Very nice. So as you can see, Finn dishes out a lot of damage when he does crits. And this is in part to the... I am good at delaying myself by 3 seconds. It sounds correct. Just fate things. So this Finn's damage in part is due to Aurora's full... Give me. Full... hold on. Ooh, there we go. Full-powered enhance damage spell. What was that called again? And also in part to the fact that we have a big faceted I am very rusty with this puzzle. If you couldn't tell I'm rusty with the game, hopefully that puzzle helped you. Yes, and Rage of the Capilli as well. Thank you, Caront. And also the Faceted Onyx and the Tumbled Tourmaline that I have on his personage for Oculi. I like to grab this, if only that I get the golden ones instead of the amethysts. Sometimes I do. It's not important, doesn't save time, but it feels really good when Robert knocks back enemies. All right, so here we are. So. Bob, do you remember what our white-haired stepsister's name was?
No.
So her name is Nox. Why do you think she's named Nox?
Well, that's Latin for night, isn't it?
It's actually because she farts noxious fumes!
Mwah, mwah. That was not what I was expecting. Can someone give me a hook of cane to get Kay off the stage?
Oh, yep, this is where my run ends. Thank you everybody for having me. It was nice knowing you. This is one of the few places in the game where you can actually game over. If you, I think you all may have noticed, but when we, oh, sorry, I have actually not passed out on the actual bosses or anything. If you die to a boss, you actually just teleport back to an autosave point, which is usually at the start of a new zone. So if you die to anything on the screen, like overworld damage, you will actually get a game over, which is one of the few times you do see a game over. Alright. So I'm going to very quickly use the Stardust here that I have. I am actually also going to heal Aurora. She's the only one who needs healed because she is the only one who takes the damage at the from those things. And then I am also going to switch out Oengus's Oculi for this big shiny one. And we're ready to go. We're going to fight our sister, Nox. Alright, so I am going to get out Robert here. Yes, Robert. And Robert is going to use Kinderall. I'm going to get out Oengus. And Oengus is going to use a potion called Unstoppable All that we picked up a little earlier. And then I'm going to slow Big Sister here. I do not want her getting hit by Robert's Kinderall. She will cast Unstoppable. Poop! She will cast Unstoppable as her counter here, so that is not fun. And then I will just beat up everything, basically. Sadly, the hands are going to get hit. This is probably like a... Yes, exactly. Ice Burner. The daughter of Octomam and Leviathan. Ouch! What do you got for me, Bob?
A whole heap and ton of love.
Aw, thanks.
You deserve it.
I didn't do anything, but thank you.
You shouldn't have to do anything to get love, man. Like... Anyway, enough of that. We are, of course, coming very gradually to the end of this run. Which has been a stand-in run because we had some technical gremlins during Legend of Legaia. So, please, everybody in the chat, and I mean, well, not everyone in the chat, don't spam, but please, let's see some thanks for caeshura in the chat for stepping in at the last minute and providing us some excellent Child of Light runnage. I think it would be greatly appreciated from the organisers and things for her stepping in. I would greatly appreciate that. We're not at the end of the run just yet. Stay tuned for more. And there will be more runs after this. Please bear with us. See all those thanks in the chat for you, Kay?
Oh, thank you. Can someone also send the note to Nox that she needs to be using her Gather Strength move instead of just attacking me over and over again? Because it kind of hurts. Just saying. Yeah, so I'm going to quickly use a Fairy Nectar on Finn here because Nox has not used Gather Strength. She uses Gather Strength and powers up this really nasty, basically one-shot move. Sorry for the trains, but she has not used it a single time and is just being, well, a mean stepsister, so I guess it's on brand. I'm actually not sure what the chances are that she doesn't use it, but I think this is one of the first fights in a while that I've gone through where she has not used it at all. Choo-choo!
You've made it to $5,553. So somewhere out there, a member of Team Order is sitting there ticking, going, but it's not Order.
Okay. This is one of the few times that I've actually had to use like weird backup strats that I am making up on the fly. Finally! So the reason I want her to use that earlier rather than later is because it's a really slow power-up move. It gives me time to just kind of beat her up. But instead, she had to beat up Aurora and knock her out. I guess it's on brand since Aurora is her stepsister, you know. So we get our last level ups, and Nox is dead, and our stepmother comes in and is just like, no, that's not nice. We're called a babe and a band of primitive folk. This is one of my favorite lines in the game here. You belligerent, bellicose brat. Fortunate you are, I am merciful stepdaughter. Give me the moon and the stars, and I will let you go home to father. And then she shows us a picture of our father just as he is about to die, and she makes him disappear because Aurora's like, no, I can't just abandon everybody. And when he's dead, the crown on our head disappears, and Umbra attacks us because now we are no longer protected by our father's love. But we have enough strength to take the sun and get jettisoned upwards by this weird reverse waterfall. And, well, I mean, Bob, this must be the end of the game, right? We can't continue on with the main protagonist dead.
Hey, I'd like to introduce you to this game called Chrono Trigger.
Huh, you know, I've heard of it. Isn't that the one that my favorite person in the world, Puexel, runs?
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
Well, Bob, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I have a contractual obligation.
I'm out of here. See ya.
I have a contractual obligation as the president of the official Puexel fan club. So, we...
Dove donated $2. Tech here fixed it. It's now $5,555.
So, Igniculus brings us back to the altar where we first entered Lemuria. That old lady in the forest way back at the beginning of the game. Yeah, it turns out she's our mother. And she pulls out her flute. And I think that the game is actually a little laggy. But that's okay. So she plays the flute, and then everybody in Lemuria starts to gather, and they start coming over to well, except for the Guardians and the lack of people in the Piscean village, obviously. They start to come over to give their support to the Queen of Light. Here we see the rats. And the ending cutscene here, you actually get to see dialogue from everybody whose side quest you have completed. So we are actually only going to see 2 people. We're going to see Rubella, and we're going to see Robert. Nobody else is actually going to talk. Because these are the only side quests we've technically finished. Everybody else is kind of glitched into our game through autosave trickery. And they do some... Oh, you know, this is really on brand because coming up sometime today, right? We have Dragon Ball.
Yes, we do.
And
in fact, it is after Fire Emblem 5.
Neat. So after, like, so they give us, like, basically their, like, heart power for, like, a Genki Dama style, like, revival of Aurora. And we get revived and do another, like this time instead of Moon Prism power, it's more like Moon Crystal power. And now we have a nice white dress with a nice white crown that is assumably made out of stars. And we're coming up on the final boss. Yeah. So, we're going to fly up here to the final dungeon, except there's no other dungeons, and we're just gonna fight the boss. So Wolf, time is going to be when the screen turns completely white, so that you are aware. Revived as Aurora the White, and
Well, you know the theory that Betty White used to just be Betty the Grey before she felt the Balrog and fell into darkness, right?
I have not heard that.
My wife is mocking me from off screen.
Umbra is talking about stuff, and we're just like, you know, you're a jerk. And so are these birds. Everybody, please pray for no prey with a P-R-E-Y. And I am going to focus a little bit here, but probably talking to you at the same time. So I'm going to bring out Robert. Robert is going to use the Unstoppable All potion. And Oangus is going to use Taunt. I'm going to try and delay the birds. Oh, that's a 1 prey there. Oh, double prey. Rude. The biggest reason I don't want prey is that it hurts. So I'm going to slow birds down. Cutting talons is not nice. Ooh, that's bad. I am going to show you a neat feature where you can actually flee from enemies, even bosses, and restart that fight, because that is extremely difficult to recover from with... Okay. All right. Well, Bob. Yeah, you can just... Did you know that you could just flee from the final boss?
No, I've never tried fleeing from a dragon before.
Oh yeah, the dragon just lets you go. It's like, oh, you want to run away?
Do dragons count as jerk birds?
Yeah, they fly. And anything that flies is basically a bird, so it's jerk bird.
Yeah, fair. We see some jerk birds in chat.
Jerk birds, also please pray for no prey. Yeah, this fight is basically scripted. I have to do it in this order, otherwise it's real dangerous. Real danger. So let's try again.
Is a Boeing 757 a joke bird? It does fly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, it is.
Okay.
This is so much better already.
Alright,
So
in this
earlier-
final boss, let's see some support for caeshura. Come on, guys.
So earlier I put on an item called a citrine, an oculi, on Oengus's weapon slot. Now Oengus does light damage, and he is just going to wreck these bird stays.
Interesting point from Daggeroth here. The main protagonist flies. Does that make the protagonist a jerk bird?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good. Good to know.
I mean, we basically trick our friends into joining our party. Like,
It's true. It's true. Maybe not in the actual run, but in the speed run for sure. Like,
we're like, yeah, I'll help you. No, I won't. It was never my intention to actually help you.
I'm totally going to solve all your problems. Shakes head in the background when they're not looking.
Yeah. Nice critical hit from Oengus. I am going to... So while Oengus still has the elevate damage, I want to use some more attacks with Oengus, and then I'm going to switch over to Finn here. Aurora got another critical hit. That's 3 critical hits total from Finn. No, 4 from Finn, Aurora, and Finn. Those two. I am quickly going to use a Fairy Nectar on Aurora, though, because she is low hit health, and that's good, and also kind of low on mana. I am going to choose to ignore the bird in the front in the hopes that Umbra is dead, and she is. So, fortunately, in this case, Umbra doesn't. The birds do not need to die for Umbra for this fight to end. And time is coming up in just a moment. Time.
GG.
The Duke is dead. The floodwaters rise. The people on 5 hills cry. The end is prophesized. So Aurora and her friends go through the mirror to bring back, to bring people from Austria, and
all look quite lost.
everybody gets saved.
People cowered on 5
So
hilltops.
that's it. That's Child of Light. What was actually my final time, Bob?
As the ICP
Considering the time was started a little bit late, it was 1:33:02:91,
Okay.
which considering
Considering
rust and things like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Not bad.
considering how poorly Griffin and that fight just now went, yeah, that's only 3 minutes overestimate. It's really good.
Yeah, not bad.
Their
So,
time, they were sure to.
yeah, thanks everyone
But of
for
course,
giving me the
Aurora
chance
smiled.
to
Before their eyes, the
impromptu
stars
run this
set.
game, even though I
To a
didn't
mirror
submit.
she led
I'm
them,
really happy
and they
that I
stepped through it
could
instead.
be available for
From that day onward in
situations such as
Only a
these.
small island remained.
It is.
My people
I am
safe in the meridian,
extremely happy
their
to
future
be
regained.
helping
And
any
Limerick
charity that
began
has to do with
grow
mental
again.
health.
Each of us leading
It is,
together.
I was, of course,
Soon it will
as
be
I'm
your
sure many
turn,
of you were,
princess, to
extremely
leave on an
devastated that
adventure.
RPG Limit Break was not
Now, my
happening
dear,
this year
For
in any
real.
the day is
capacity.
done,
Yeah, in any
the night
capacity.
is
But
dark and deep.
I am also
Close your
extremely
eyes,
happy
let
that
go,
all of you
and
are
drift
home
off
safe
to sleep.
and that we can still benefit NAMI online this year. So thank you, High Spirits, and the Questing for Glory, Hope and Healing staff for the initiative. We really appreciate it. And that's it from me. I'm caeshura, and thank you again for having me on impromptu for this run.
I think it should be us saying thank you to you for stepping in, and I think everyone in the chat, we should also be sending our love out to the runner who was running Legend of Legaia, whose name escapes me right
Ria
now.
Skies.
Ria Skies, because tech gremlins can happen to anybody. It's not that was that looked like a really interesting run, and tech gremlins happen. They absolutely happen. Thank you, caeshura, for running Child of Light. It's been a lot of fun.
Thank you. And I saw the opening show, Bob, and I really enjoyed the questions you were asking. But it occurred to me that nobody asked you any questions, Bob. So I have two random questions
here
for
we
you.
go. Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Bob, how many countries have you visited outside of your own?
That's strange now because England isn't part of Europe anymore. So I'm gonna say 20.
20?
Yeah.
Holy moly!
Well, Europe isn't that hard to get around, and it has quite a lot of.
Fair.
Like once you actually get onto mainland of Europe, you can get everywhere like on train or by bus. So. Yeah.
That's really cool. And what is your favorite magical or mythological creature?
Ooh. The dwarf.
The dwarf. Why?
I mean, come on. Have you seen me?
I mean, yeah, I have, but I still want to know why.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I was a dwarf in a previous life. I hold grudges. I used to enjoy my beer. I'm stout. I'm hardy. Like, yeah. What was my favorite country to visit?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, I'm gonna have to say America because I live here now.
But you're not visiting there.
But I did visit it at one point.
Okay.
And came back. But if you probably Italy.
Italy.
Because of the food.
You know, I
No
could
lie.
really go for some Italian food right now. I'm
Right.
really hungry.
Lasagna, aka spaghetti flavored cake.
I love it. It's amazing. Hey chat, everybody. I would love for you, all to give a shout out and thanks to Bob as well, who jumped in here last minute.
Don't need to thank me.
Do it. Thank Bob. I could not ask for better company for an impromptu run such as this than Bob the Ninja Goldfish.
I appreciate it. I really do. But I have always made a policy of saying things aren't about me. They're about the runner, they're about the run, and they're about the charity. And that charity being NAMI. Guys, get your donations in. We've just had another one, by the looks of things.
Woo!
$5 from Pear Bear. No message, just $5. Messing up that 5555. So those of you in team order, you're gonna have to work a bit harder. But just we're here raising money for NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, and just if any of you have spent any time watching any of the finales of A Limit Break, or spending any time in any of the streams of the folks, you know how important of a charity this is to us. And the fact that we were able to actually get something together to benefit NAMI this year is super, super cool.
It's really amazing.
I did a really cool.
So happy.
I did a really cool interview with Michelle from NAMI in the pre-show, where she talked a lot about what NAMI is, where the money from these charity marathons go, and things like that. So if we get a chance, go back and check that out, because Michelle's
It was a great interview.
She's really cool. I like Michelle a lot.
It was a fantastic interview. She's really nice.
And if you want to get involved with NAMI, you can go to nami.org and click on links and tweet at NAMI Communicate. Use the hashtag Not Alone. I can't stress enough how, even if there's someone, if you're not struggling yourself, but you're worried about someone who is, they have the resources to help you approach that person in a way that is sensitive to that person's needs. Because sometimes just kicking the door open isn't the best way to do it. And just they'll coach you through how to do that. So please take your time and just. I know we're. It seems like we're talking a lot here, but it's so very important to emphasize to you folks on the stream.
Yeah, and the Japanese language restream just came up as well as the French one, and thank you to them. I also, I want to extend this really important message, because it's not, this is an unprecedented time for the entire world, and we're all in this together. So, hey, Japanese restream, tsurai toki wa te o nobashi nasai. When times get going tough, reach out. You're not alone, and we're all in this together. So don't be afraid. It's not about strength or, just getting through it. This is something that we all need. Bob, I feel like I can talk about these kinds of things with you forever.
Yeah, me too.
It's really important, and I know, Bob, I've heard you talk in the finales in the past, and I've talked about them in the past as well. What RPG Limit Break does for the community, bringing this awareness and giving us these times to talk about these things, really, I believe, has a positive effect on the kind of stigma that mental health issues have. And it helps us realize that we're not the only ones suffering. We don't need to be afraid, and that we always have somebody together with us to go through these things.
Yeah, I mean, the number one thing that it's important to realize that if you're not alone out there. And I know it sounds very basic, very simple, but at the end of the day, every journey starts with a single step, and often the first step that anyone that is suffering has to realize is that you don't have to suffer alone, because there are people out there who have been there. There are people out there who know how you feel. Even if it seems like you don't, there aren't. Even if you think that you're alone in a sea of people, there's someone out there who can know what you're going through, that can empathize with you and help coach you to a point where you don't necessarily feel alone. And that is often the first step in the road to moving forward, because it's not always about recovery, it's about moving forward, right?
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
It really is. And you know, I had the honor of not only this one, but two charities this year benefiting mental health. I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but toot. But I want to take a quick excerpt from something that I did say at the end of Speedrun Ragnarok. All of you who are listening here right now, you are beautiful. You are wonderful. You are amazing. And I'm proud of all of you for being here. And, if you are in a dark place now, in the future, anytime, please reach out. There can only ever be one of you, and you're not replaceable. And we need and appreciate and love all of the unique people in our community. So, we don't want you to feel alone in any capacity.
And that's what this is all about. I mean, I know that I don't ever like to promote things, but you can always reach out on Twitter, be it to NAMI Communicate. If you want to use the hashtag Not Alone, you can reach out to them on Instagram. I know that there's a Tumblr, notalone.nami.org, ok2talk.org. There's a support line, which is 0800 950 6264 in the US, that operates Monday through Friday. There are so many different options for you here to reach out. Please take advantage of them, because it just
it's really important to all of us.
Yeah.
It's really hard to express with words how much we care about all of you and the whole community. But trust us when we say that we love and care for all of you. I know that 2020 has been really, really stressful, and for reasons that we can all agree with. Bob, I want to talk to you a little bit about what's been good about 2020 for you.
Wow. How to do this without sounding rather braggadocious? Got to go to Florida. Got to go and do Disney for the first time down in Florida.
Really?
Went to Disney World for the first ever time in Florida, and we did. I got to go to the Star Wars land. Which, all right, I'm gonna pull back the curtain a little bit here. Bob is not my real name. My real name is Ben, and I was named such after Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Really?
Yeah, my parents named me after Ben Kenobi. So I've always had a very tight connection with Star Wars, and getting to go to Galaxy's Edge was really, really cool.
That's really awesome.
But the biggest thing for me this year was while we were at no, still just call me Bob, guys. That's what everyone knows me as. But while we were at Disney, anyone who knows me, like anyone who knows me, knows how much I love the Muppets and Jim Henson and Sesame Street and things like that. And at Disney, they actually have a Muppet thing where you can go and they do a Muppet presentation, and you are sitting in the Muppet theater,
Ooh.
and like Waldorf and Statler are up in the box, and it's just it was so good.
I bet that was,
I actually cried a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I bet that was really, really
fantastic. It was fantastic.
That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. Well, I want to phrase this with, I know that, 2020 has been really rough for everybody.
Mhm.
So everybody, even if it's only $1, share your
Give us
good
your story.
experiences.
We want to hear the good of the year.
Yeah, let us know what's been good, because even the smallest things feel so amazing this year. So, share all of the good things that you've experienced this year.
There's nothing like. I mean, it's often said that you can't have darkness without the light. So it's very important that we focus on the stuff that's keeping us there, So, and I think we're about ready to hand off to the next set of people. So that being said,
everyone.
thank you to caeshura. Thank you to you guys out there in chat. And as always, guys, gals, and non-aligned pals, in the words of the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, be excellent to each other and party on gender-specific honorifics.